There are some franchises in gaming that have been around for so long and have released so many fantastic games that they become icons in the gaming community. Assassin's Creed is, of course, one of these franchises, easily earning a place on the Mount Rushmore of gaming series. Ubisoft has released about 14 mainline games in the historical simulation series, along with a handful of spin-offs and full-size DLC. Any one of the games could be considered the best for different reason, with each title featuring a standout element that sets it apart. One game that's often left out of that conversation is arguably the best in the entire series. Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag puts players in the boots of the gruff but righteous Welsh pirate Edward Kenway. Not only did it help inspire an open-world trend, but it was the ultimate pirate simulator. Rumors of a remake have lingered for years, and fans continue to ask for a sequel to the barnacle-ridden adventures of the Caribbean pirate. One reason Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag has managed to invoke a lingering passion within the gaming community is that it found the perfect balance between character and story. In recent years, some entries in the series have been criticized for sidelining the Assassin's Brotherhood, with their story either taking a backseat or being represented by alternate groups like the Hidden Ones. Earlier games placed far more emphasis on the Brotherhood and their ancient war against the Templar Order, which often raised a recurring question: how is the assassin who is sworn to destroy tyranny and protect the innocent the good guy when the player is mowing down entire battalions of guards who are simply doing their job? Edward completely fixes this inconsistency. He's a good man at heart and is fair, respectful to those he deems worthy, and living the real history of pirates who simply wanted to build their own colony and live freely outside the reach of imperial laws and taxes. He jumps at the chance to correct his mistakes and support the Brotherhood when they're fighting from behind, simply because he knows it's the right thing to do. But his past as a privateer and pirate means that for him, the end justifies the means. In true Robin Hood fashion, Edward has no problem stealing from the rich and giving to the poor. So this tendency for stealing and aggression makes perfect sense, as he has little interest in whether someone can change or if there's good in everyone. Take Ezio in the ending of Assassin's Creed 2. Ezio takes the high road and spares Rodrigo Borgia, which means Rodrigo is still able to control many of the atrocities the Templar Order commits across Italy, and can continue using the Catholic Church to fund his son Cesare Borgia's army. Captain of the Jackdaw Edward, however, spent his time at sea fighting for survival in a sea dog eats sea dog world, so he has no issue eliminating threats as he comes across them. Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag delivers incredible missions and set pieces that feel pulled straight from a Hollywood swashbuckling blockbuster. Black Flag opens with ship-to-ship combat in a storm and the theft of a Spanish brig from their treasure fleet. It covers the stages of building a free colony and features infamous moments involving Blackbeard. There are stunning underwater sequences using a diving bell and darker missions that involve sneaking through occupied fortresses, overhearing grim conversations about how Edward's skull and crossbones brothers have all fallen. It also expanded on the brilliant combat that Assassin's Creed 3 introduced. While it wasn't quite as crisp as its predecessor, which had some of the best stealth mechanics in the series, Black Flag improved the flow of combat with its more frequent double takedown moves and the ability to carry up to 4 flintlock pistols at once. One of the main selling points of the game, though, is how fun the ship combat is. In the history of the series, there's nothing that compares to sailing the open ocean, listening to sea shanties, and hunting for the next valuable prize. On top of all this, Black Flag includes what is possibly the best piece of DLC in the entire Assassin's Creed series, Freedom Cry. This expansion puts players into the shoes of Adewale, the Jackdaw's first quartermaster, who helps Edward escape and take over the Spanish ship early in the game. He becomes a loyal ally and eventually leaves piracy behind to join the Assassin's Brotherhood, setting out on a mission to dismantle the slave trade that was still unfortunately prevalent at the time. There are plenty of compelling elements in Black Flag, like Edward fighting to protect the innocent and save assassin bureaus across multiple locations that have fallen under attack, alongside the typical Assassin's Creed story of battling the Templars and discovering ancient sites containing powerful artifacts known as Pieces of Eden. There are also the familiar modern-day segments, this time from the perspective of an Abstergo employee, the present-day face of the Templars. The story explores how the secrets of the past can affect the present. It's a classic trope of the series, and it's elevated here by one of the best pirate stories in any medium, but there are still moments when it drags. Black Flag was the first release in the Assassin's Creed series following the death of primary protagonist Desmond Miles, and players are instead treated to a junior role at Abstergo Entertainment, where they end up caught in the ancient war in the least exciting way possible: hacking mini-game. Compared to the earlier Assassin's Creed titles, where the modern-day sections involved actual missions or even assassinations, being demoted to scanning QR codes and unlocking emails with a tablet felt like a huge downgrade. Overall, the Assassin's Creed franchise has had some truly fantastic games in its long lifespan, from the original 2007 game to the newly released Shadow. While virtually all of them are worthy of Game of the Year awards, and some of them are in the running for the best game of all time, but Black Flag stands above them all. Even with the emotional depth that Assassin's Creed 2 brings to the table, it doesn't have all of the laid-back and more fun gaming parts like Black Flag does. The piracy depicting game is easily the best in the series and the most enjoyable experience to play across the franchise. It's been nearly 12 years since Black Flag's release, and the Assassin's Creed franchise has yet to capture its high. If Ubisoft is trying to find a new direction for the series, this is the game they should look to.